They're all on YouTube, yeah. Yeah, so if you click them, it'll take you through to YouTube. So yeah. So tonight is Pilates without any equipment at all. So anybody could do this one. We did one before Christmas actually. So if you have a look on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, play a couple of videos, like them, make a comment. Actually, the one that's the most is without equipment. That's an old one. Take breath in. Breathing out. Hold it up. Hands in the direction. Take a breath in. So be interested to see how this one is different to the other one that I did most recently. Take a breath in. Out. Lift one arm. Cross over. Round the outside. Cross over. Cross over. Round the outside. Oh, beautifully synchronized. Take a breath in. And breathing out. Take a breath in. Draw the elbows down into your waist. What I need to do is a movement called the ski. We'll do that in a second. Just because Karen and Keith went skiing. Karen hasn't been very well, so they are. And we know that Kate's skiing right now. Breath in. So you can bend the knees, come forwards. Slowly, if your back is painful or sore. Otherwise, you can swing the arms more vigorously if your back's okay. It's called the ski. Arms up to the side, shoulders up and down. And relax. Yeah, I like that. That was a sigh from David there. Think about how you're standing tall, lengthen through the spine as always, shoulders up, back and down. Your neck's in line, coming down the body, make the triangle with your hand, heel of your hand on your hips, fingers on the pubic bone, bend your knees, tilt the pelvis forward and back. And then come back to your vertical plane. Then straighten out the legs. Breathing in. Breathing out. Draw your navel away from your hand. Make a gap between your navel and your hand. Take 2 inches off your waistline. Pulling up on the back passage, front passage, pelvic floor. Brace the upper abdominals. Your natural core sit around and your undercarriage is lifted. May your undercarriage remain lifted. Release halfway. Release halfway. Place one hand on your navel, one hand on your low. Ideally, that is vertical. Take front and parallel, front and back. Close your eyes, sway forward, sway back. How far forward can you lean? How far back can you lean without falling over? Feel those muscles moving underneath your hands. The muscles in the back as well as in the abdominals. And back towards the middle, wiggle the toes. So I can see what kind of mood you're in tonight. If you're in a perky mood or a bit tired or rest it there. So ideally you've got roll the feet in, roll the feet out, a slight arch in the feet, a bit of pressure on the outside of the feet. There. Good. So from that position then, you've got your perfect posture. I had a 10-year-old in class this morning with her grandmother. So that was really nice. She's a gymnast. She had your perfect posture for the rest of your life lecture. I think I frightened her to death. But she enjoyed the Pilates more than Zumba, apparently. Keeping your hips fixed, hands on your shoulders, elbows back as if you had a stick across your back. Good evening, welcome. If you have to join that line, which one? This one. Sorry. Right. Let's leave one more person now. So drag people off the street. Now try not to let the elbows wander forward. Come back to your level. Hands by your side. Now for the next one, you can place one foot in front of the other. So if your mat is thick or squidgy, come off your mat. So placing one foot in front of the other. Guess what this is called? Right, right. Supposed to say, been to class already. Sway forward, sway back. I said sport. You said no, it's quite in that voice. Have the weight between both the feet. Standing tall. Now close your eyes. Hold your balance. It's harder than you think it should be because you are the width of one foot. It's like standing on one leg. Open the eyes. Tilt the head from side to side. So the weight of your head is taking you offline. That's making it more difficult for you. We can then have your hands just join us, Liz. Just join us straight away.
All right.
Yeah. Otherwise you'll be lopsided.
It's just a move and listening.
Yeah, we've only just started really. Side bends. Apologies, I didn't. Doesn't matter. You're here, which is nice. We can then have your hands out to the side. Harder or easier? What do we think? Yeah, it's a bit like the tightrope walkers. They have their big sticks that they use to help balance. Come back towards the middle and rest it there. Liz, catch up when you can. The other foot's in front of the other. Weight forward on the front foot, weight on the back foot. Have it between the two. Easier this way round or harder? In some respects, Rachel's got it easier because she's got the ankle weights, so they're a bit like the weavers at once. Don't need that. So no, I don't know if it's easier or not. Some exercises will be harder. Close your eyes, both your legs are straight. Open your eyes. There's always one leg that's more dominant, more flexible, easier to balance on. They're never quite the same, both sides, never fully symmetrical. We have with side bends. This would be harder for Keith because he's really tall. If you're shorter, it's easier because our centre of gravity is lower. Hands by the ears. Side. There. And rest there. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. We've just done a little bit of rotation. That's the only thing you've missed. If your back's painful at all, you do your pelvic tilt. You have your hands on your knees. Do your pelvic tilt. Yeah, go straight ahead. If you want to go into the roll down straight away, please do. And reset first one at a time. Open out through the chest, rise up onto the toes, big, stretch up towards the ceiling. Close your eyes. There's another way to challenge your balance. Have your hands reach, then bring the shoulders down. Keep the hands there. Shoulders down, arms by your side. Bend the knees. Having the chin. Roll down through knees, slightly bent. And take it one at a time. Open up through the chest. Rise up onto your toes. Big stretch up towards the ceiling. Close the eyes. Open the eyes. Bend the knees. Stretch the calf muscles there. Good, let's just do one more like that. I'm going to start to add on some moves. Just for the moment. We'll do a roll down. Restep vertebra one at a time. Open out through the chest, rise up onto your toes. So that's the suppleness of the spine, which we need as well as strength. And the knees there, stretch out the calves. So I'm just going to show from the side on, so people can see as well. So let's do our roll down. I'm going to do some combine some movements together. So if you don't want to keep doing the going down, getting up, by all means, wait at the bottom for me and I'll catch up with you. You can just stay on the floor. If the going down, getting up makes you dizzy. The standing tall, very good. Do one of the elevated feels nice. Tuck in the chin, roll down, knees slightly bent. Walking out your hands, so this is from the Joseph Pilates original. Come into a plank position, full plank. You could just hold it there. We can add on a cheeky push-up. If you want to come onto your elbows, please do. And then we can then a soft, what I meant on your knees. Wrong joint. Long day. But then just, so we're doing a push-ups then, Liz. So this one is push-ups. Sorry. No, that's my fault. I did say elbows. Sally did the same. We both did what I asked you to. I might have to edit this part on the video. Walk your hands back in. Bend your knees. If your back is sore, walk your hands up your legs. Rise up onto your toes. Big stretch up towards the ceiling. Yeah. So the shoulders. So we can add on some other moves. So let's just do another roll down. We can then do some knees to elbows. There we go, that's both the joints covered there. You don't have to, you're just working at your level. A cheeky push-up. This doesn't sound on your knees. If you want to do that push-up on your knees, I've got the walk your hands in, rolling up. Usually if you want to stay down as you can, you can do have to do so many push-ups today, so I'm going to do some more later on. So you might want to save yourself. The one way of getting down to the floor, getting back up again, we've looked at this week. So if you're backward sore, you bend your knees, have your feet a bit wide possibly, squat, walk out your hands. You can then do your bear squat here. You might be able to get your body back a bit further. That could go into mountain climber there, just to show you. And we could then stay in plank. And then when you tap your shoulders, this makes me smile because people get really like quick. That can be done on your hands and knees. Have a look, those are sore backs, that might suit you better. Guys, we can then walk the hands, have the knees bent, watch. I'm getting myself to squat position and standing up from there. It's like doing a burpee, so it's like doing a... That's our version of burpee, yes? Say yes. Listen. But the whole idea is that you can get down to the floor and get back up again when you're older. You're future-proofing. You decide if you want to do a squat. You don't have to do a burpee. Squat down or roll down, that's your choice. And we'll just put all of that together. Walking out your hands. So you did a push-up from reverse. Knee if you wanted to. We did a knees to elbow. We did our bear squat. Optional knees to elbow. We did our shoulder taps. You have to transfer the weight, but we're trying not to rock. We can then walk in your hands, roll up or squat, stand, you decide. That should have warmed you up on a cold February evening. So for the shoulders, take away any stress of that caused. So we did a couple of simple squats. Let's get them burn. Because we haven't got resistance bands, we just have to work our legs a bit harder. The burn is back, so let's come into our squat. The feet a bit wide from the hips. Come down for your squat. So the 10-year-old today, she just easily went down into a deep squat. If you need to lift your heels like me, lift your heels. If you can do your deep squat, keep your heels down, keep doing that for the rest of your life. You might need to have your feet wider, that's okay. Well done. I'm coming with you today. I'm crying on the inside. Let's go all the way down and halfway up. Up to you how low you go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. It's called a sit squat. 3, 2. Hold it down at the 90 degrees. Your heels are down. Clench your buttocks at your arm. This is your safe lifting technique. Clench your buttocks for 10, 9. If you feel it on your knees, push the weight back at any time. Let's do a final 10 just for the fun of it. And what are these backs? Have the body at 45 degrees. Some of you are leaning forward a little bit. I don't see any rubbing there. I want to see rubbing here. If you're rubbing there, oh, you did that. Good. Shake out the legs. Sign of longevity, strong quads, strong biceps. I'm not working on biceps tonight, but well, change the other leg once now Liz has got there.
It's too short. Good job trying to do that.
You always do it with a band. But shake up the legs. That was more core dominant, let's work the glutes. Somebody did say to me today, she said, Lynn, I was walking along to the class, my glutes were sore. Pitching. If you go against the wall, I can man help if you need to. I'm going to pretend that's against the wall, I'm going to be here. But my thighs are parallel. Yeah. So then we're going to reach down towards, yeah, so we're good, make sure that front foot's got plenty of space. You're hardly bending that knee at all. It keeps that ankle as if you're in plaster Paris. We can then touch down for an ankle or towards your ankle, keeping your back straight. So you should feel this more on the glutes. You could reach your middle to your little toe. Keeping those back straight. You should feel that in your cheeks to your bottom, yes? Keeping the back straight. From the side, it looks like that. Good. Stiff-legged deadlift pattern. We can then, you can take that leg back behind diagonal for 10, 9, 8, 7, back straight, 6, push your bottom back. If you feel it in your knees, push your knees back, push your hips back. Leg out to the side for 10, 9, 8. Oh, what fun with ankle weights. Watch your knee doesn't come in when you've done your 10, say done. Bring that leg forward. How low can you go for 10, 9, 8, 7. Let's get you ready for your skiing and Karen. Next time. I said you're gonna have to go again. She said, I am. Not like that. Yeah, can you feel that? You're good. Let's change to the other leg. That's it. It's nice. I saw Sally just push herself. She adjusts her position. Thighs parallel, feet forward a little bit. That's it. Touch down, you might need to bring your foot further forward as well. Opposite arm, opposite leg. So it makes you go diagonal across. Because you're a powerhouse. The glutes. You're right, Liz.
No, this way I can hardly do it. The other way, I wouldn't say it was easy, but
Back straight. Just remind you, everything that you say is being recorded. Doesn't matter, but just let you know. When you finish your 10, diagonal behind for 10, 9, 8, 7, breathe 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, out to the side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Push the bottom back. 4, 3, 2, leg forward. 10, 9, 8, 7. That front leg is straight. How many?
4, 3,
So you should feel that. So stretch. My favorite exercise, especially with a kettlebell as well, and a loop around the knee. Change the leg. So done. We can get our mats out of the way. Let's do our windmills. Take the mats out of the way. It's a bit too low, it's a bit quite high enough. So we can then do our through the levels. If you know what you're doing, go 5 aside, 5 to the right, 5 to the left. Otherwise, I'll just do the easier level just for people that are not sure what they're doing. I'll have my back to you. I shall come from the side. We have a small lunge forward. Small lunge to the side. Yeah, watch Rachel. Do the same as Rachel if you want to do, you know what you're doing, just follow Rachel. It's the end of the earth. I'll pay her afterwards. I'm just doing the other leg. I'm just doing diagonal. I'm doing to the side, diagonal back, all the way back. Doing change legs again. I'm doing a bigger stride. And you're staying at a level that suits you. You're right, Izzy. Is that your heel that's sore?
Yeah.
Bit plantar fasciitis?
So
You need a tennis ball in there on your feet. So then I'm going to do the toe touches for those that want to. Keeping the back straight. So then I'm going to do 2 on the right, 2 on the left. Because what I like is that delicious from the back to the front. Well, I'm on my 4th one. I'm going straight from the back, straight to the front. So you feel that on the glutes beautifully as well. This is the inner thigh. It's a stretch and a strength. It's all about agility as well, being able to move quickly. So for older people, your future-proof, I'm changing to the other leg. If you finish, you carry on doing one more each side, alternating, because you don't get bored. Oops. I had clients in the gym in their 80s. I was given each direction a number and just calling out the numbers at random. Because again, we should be able to move and respond to things. So keep them agile. Yes, good. Happy with that? Good. So we can then come down onto the mat. You can come onto your hands and knees. Stretch your ribs. So I'm going to be quite picky here. Let's do that way back. So my hands are directly underneath my shoulders. My knees are underneath my hips. Touch the shoulders to the ears. Hit the shoulders away from the ears. Keeping your arms straight, think between the shoulder blades. We're all experts here. Lift between arms, stay straight. Arms stay straight. Look at what I'm doing. Between the shoulder blades. That's beautiful, it is good. We can then come to the point where the shoulder blades are flat against the back. Pinch the shoulders towards the ears, which is when you're cold or stressed. Take the shoulders away. So you're in that lovely position. We can let your stomach muscles completely relax. Big breath in. Gather them all up from the mat, pelvic floor. From that position, slide out opposite arm, opposite leg, but don't lift. Come to this pinpoint position here. Hold that position, opposite arm, opposite leg. Keeping the leg completely straight, then lift. Keeping it straight and lower. Bring that leg back in again. Change the other side. Slide out opposite hand, opposite leg. And then once you're straight, when you've touched, keep it straight, then lift it, keeping it straight, lower, and back in again. So it just keeps it looking really nice. Leading with the thumb, hands in that handshake position. We're imagining we have that tray of drinks on our back. And we try not to let that slide off. Keeping that back. And guys, you are the best. It is official. Just don't tell the other classes. All those hundreds of people that are watching on YouTube right now. I think the most I've had recently is 90 odd viewers. I think that's where I've just kept playing him. Slide out opposite arm, opposite leg. Lift, have a watch. I'm just going to come out to the side. Back, down. Change to the side, opposite hand, opposite leg. Lift. Out to the side. Back. Let's just do one more each side. Slide it out. Abdominals are still held in tight. Good, rest it there. So it's a good classic one. Now we have our hands in this position, we can then do we did a few warm-up push-ups. Now we can work them a bit harder. Either in your box shape here, in the push-ups, you might be 3/4, use your push-up bars. Then we go to do your 4 push-ups. So we're going for 20, whatever your choice is. Have the elbows in rather than out. And the elbows go back. More arrow shaped. Have the body weight forward. I feel like you could go further forward than that there, Rachel. You're right. It have dropped a few people. But keep your body weight forward and your shoulder blades are down. So carrying on with our press ups. Got them. Ideally, this will help your shoulders more.
It just feels so long.
It just don't bend the elbows as much. You'll look straight, but your shoulders, have a look at me then, Liz. Otherwise, you're.
Oh, right. This isn't right.
You want it because this is all clear. It's the thinking. Bring your body weight forward. Yes. How low can you go? Ankles stay there, just put a bit further apart and then. Yeah. Make it too hard. Push up are great, aren't they? This week. Really important. Yeah, it's the pendant doing on your calcaneus. Yeah. So if you massage your feet, massage your calves, and then stretch them, it will gradually ease. I've had it and then it wouldn't work. It was bad. Let's say I was that very useful. It might be, and if you're going to put a meeting or treat yourself. I like when people stop and then we go, have you done your spacing? Yes. Yes, please. Do your stretching. I like, circle the wrist. It is a thorn on the wrist, but it's good for us to stretch. So again, if you fall over, you're not going to have a fall when you're 95. When you fall over, the wrists aren't going to break. But you're not going to fall because you're going to be so nimble. As well, lie down. Lie down on your fronts, stretching your chest. I abandoned you, Keith and Karen, to your push-ups. I assumed you're doing them all. Very smooth. I'm doing cartwheels and handstands with Stella today. Reliving my youth. Guys, deep breaths in and out through your nose, please. As you inhale, breathing in through the nose, through and out through the nose. Feel the rib cage expand as you inhale. The bottom of the rib cage more so the whole of the rib cage, not just the upper part of the rib cage and the lungs. Through the sides of the rib cage comes through your back. Inhale. In and out through as you exhale, lift your navel from the mat. Shrink your waist. Inhale. You let the abdominals relax. And fully expand, then breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, and pull everything in. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands to W position. Inhale, lift head and chest. Exhale to lower. Inhaling opens up the lungs, helps you with extension. A lot of our life is forward inflection. You might just force one line if your back allows. See how you feel. Well done. So that's your lovely opposite to roll down. You can have your hands by your side. Back of your hands are touching the mat. As you lift up, rotate the hands so the thumbs come outwards and bring that back down. Breathing out to lift. Notice I come and supervise you during push-ups, so I don't have to do 20 push-ups in front of the camera. But I do that for you guys, so you don't feel neglected. Thank you, Liv. So that's think for working on the upper body. So thinking about the shoulders, you can have your hands in a W position. If you wanted to, you could keep your head down, but just lift one arm at a time. Keeping the elbows on the wrist level. You need to look at your hands. You need to look at your arms. The temptation will be to lift the elbows first because that's easier, especially if you have got shoulder issues or tightnesses through the chest, muscles there. So that's just your test here. Well done. Let's think about lower body for a moment. Rest your forehead on your hands. Somebody said to me this week, "Oh, what's the point of doing this one? Because it didn't hurt." Have a look at my leg. I'm going to bend the knee, point, toe, flex. Change the leg. Point, the double kick. Have a look at what I'm doing. So double breath. That. It's a gentle hamstring work. So rehab type exercise. It's a gentle stretch. The quads, and people who've had knee operations and so on, they're aiming to get there and bend their knee as much as they can, get that restored. That's your easy level, but there's no point, there's no harm in doing easy levels, is there? Just for pure enjoyment. And if you're enjoying that and want to stay on it, please do. Otherwise, bend your right knee. Let's stop that enjoyment at this point. We're going to keep that foot dorsiflex there. We're going to lift that knee, hip bone stays down for 10, 9, up. I'll just count my fingers rather than counting out loud. As soon as you feel better, go on back to old habits. We can straighten out that leg. If you feel it in your back, don't lift so high. Make sure your hip bone is touching the floor, that hip flexor stretch. Keeping that knee high, bending straight that leg for 10, 9, I'll leave you to count. We're doing groups of 10. If it's sore, just let the knee come down. Good. Voila. I'm going to just turn around for the camera, change to the side. So first of all, we had that knee is bent, the foot is dorsiflex. We're going to lift that knee for 10. Hip bone stays down, and that's a sign. Have a look then, Liz. One there. So that one. Yeah. We can then have that leg straight, more glutes now rather than hamstrings. So this is great for Rachel with her ankle weights on. Feel very small. It's not easier. But it's harder, it's harder. But now we can lift that, keep that hip down, knee lifted, bending straight in 10, 9. The knee is lifted from the mat. Keep it away from the mat if you can. So now we're going to do, yeah, if you need to do shelf stretching between, please do. But now we're going to do arms in W position, opposite arm, opposite leg. We can combine upper body with lower body. You might be W position arms. You might still prefer to be in dart or just do the legs. We can bring the hands, might be Y shape, opposite arm, opposite leg. If your shoulders are okay with it, bring your arms forward, opposite arm, opposite leg. Those of you that are stronger, lift both together. Otherwise, we can stay high, the opposite arm, opposite leg there, and swim with the original swimming arm, swimming legs. Well done. Roughly 10 there. I've lost count. And we can then rest it. Take your time, stomach tight. Come with your hands and knees. We've been in that extension for a long time. Tilt the pelvis. Here, come into your shell stretch. Your right hand can go over to your left hand. And your left hand can go over to your right. Thank you. It just pleases me then to have that. Let's just, now it just takes us beautifully to plank. You just got to make sure there's no skin hanging down. On your hands and knees, we can tuck your toes under. Lift your knees gently. You're right, Izzy. Lift the knees and hold that position and breathe for 10, 9. On your elbows if you prefer. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Rest it there. Good. So then we could, let's come down onto our fronts. If you prefer the hands and knees one, if your back is sore, stay on hands and knees. How's your back side? So if you want to go back to the other one, heel the stomach away, slowly come up to 3/4 plank. So for some of you, that's going to be better. Come up to full plank. Play with it, bend your knees slightly. Tuck your tailbone under there. You can hold that position there for 10, 9, breathe, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Rest it there, well done. Come to shell stretch to release. We're going to play with this a bit, but I'm going to show you an easier option first. So we can have one leg out to the side. So have your right leg out to the side. I'll do instructor's right. Lovely one coming up. So I've got my right, well, your right leg, opposite arm. You're going to tuck under for your thread the needle. And back. Imagine you've got the Pilates ball and swing underneath. So have a look. So the arm swings forward. Have a look, David. Here. Across the front, yeah. I like your version though. There's no such thing as failure. There's a different outcome to your intentions. We can then keep that leg there and change the other hand. That will feel tricky. That will feel tricky because we've changed the emphasis. I quite like that lovely inner thigh stretch as well. You are stretching through from your foot back to the other side.
This one I find easier, this one.
Yeah. Let's change to the other side. So the first one, do opposite arm, opposite leg. And that's one you should find easier. But everybody's different. It's harder to rotate outwards because of how your knees are. Change the other arm. So stretching through the upper back, inner thigh stretch as well, stretching through the chest. So it's all good. What is it? All good. Thank you. So now then we can play with that a little bit. And your default at any time is to come back to thread the needle. Yes? So those of you that want to work a bit harder, we're going to go back to plank. Your option is to stay there. Those that want to work harder, come underneath, bottom touches down, and then come to the other side. If you want to do that one, you can. That's it. But have your knees close to the floor. Otherwise, stay like that. Karen's looking confused today. Just hold that one. Yeah, otherwise come under. Bottom touch down. Yeah. That leg comes in. Yeah, bottom touches the floor. Yeah, nice. That the bottom touching the floor is the game changer, I think, for that one. Your shoulders might not like it. And I like what Izzy's doing. She's just saying, no, I'm just doing this one. Yes. The option in planks, so Sally, you can stay with you can stay with what you're doing. The option in plank Or plank here. And you get to do side bridge as well. There. I like that. Watch what my feet are doing. They're going to come fully onto the floor. So guys, have a look. Make sure your heel's not lifted. Come fully onto the side of the feet. Yes. You could lift that top leg. Or not. Okay. This is your half-term treat. This is your I like that. Let's. And you on Monday night, somebody did say, she said, Lynn, are the classes on tonight? And I said, yeah. She went, yippee. She might even come tonight with. Well, she meant it. The lie on our back. I see there was no argument and no complaints about that. Make the triangle with your hand. Heel of the hands on your hips, on fingers on pubic bones, tilt the pelvis forward and back. Come back to the point where pubic bone, hip bone, and level. Place your hand underneath your lower back. There might be an arch underneath, there might not be, doesn't matter. Hands on your hip bones, and then bring the fingers prod deep into the flesh. Brace the abdominals, pelvic floor. Feel the engagement of the muscles underneath your fingers. Lift your right foot a bare millimeter from the mat. And keep alternating. I said to this young girl, 10-year-old, who heard of inches? And she actually showed me what an inch is. So I thought that was quite impressive. I expect she had that in a history lesson, didn't she? 1 foot at a time. Right leg to tabletop. You might need to imprint the spine, lower back touch the mat. Brace for that second leg to come up. That left leg goes down, and then the right. I've got my thumbs on my ribs, my fingers on my hip bones, and I'm keeping that distance the same. So I can tell when under brace, don't let that arch. That leg comes back down, and then the left. Right leg to tabletop, imprint, left leg to tabletop. Let's do some pelvic tilts from here. If your back is sore, you might want to keep your feet on the floor. So it's a small movement from neutral, that slight arch in the back to imprint. Lower back touches the mat. We can tilt to the mat, hold it there for 10, for 1, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that tension. We can then do some toe taps from there, but keep the body down for a moment. Might be heel taps. If you find that touching the floor makes you arch your back, don't go so far. But keep that tension in the abdominals. You can rest your legs now if you want to, otherwise keep that tension on. Hands behind your head, cradle your head. Bring that chest to curl up. Your head and neck come along to the right. You're working. The work has been done between your ribs and your hips. Your abdominals are lifting your ribs to your hips. Closing that gap. You're speaking creases in your t-shirt. You can hold that lift position, pulse it for 10, 9, 8. Abdominals held in. This is your six-pack working. Your transverse abdominals, your obliques are holding you in. Try not to bring your head forward. The neck stays in line. You can do a double crunch. Breathing out each time. One or the other, or both, or just rest. You're working at your own pace. This is, well, nearly 10-2. I've waited till 10-2 to say. Hold that maximum, and then we can do opposite shoulder, opposite knee. So taps in a moment, or heel taps. Have a look at what I'm doing. That's it. Keeping that tension on. My second most popular TikTok video is Andrew stood on my stomach. 80k, does a squat on my stomach while he's on there. Let's do the opposite, keep the legs straight, single leg stretch, I should say. Still holding the abdominals in. So you put your hand on your navel, are you holding it in? You can make that harder, both legs as straight parallel as you wish, or join me, and then we can pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Support your head if you need to, then reach across. This is your abs finale. Medley, I should say. Finale sounds like it's coming to an end. Rest it there. Big stretch. Had you curled up into a little ball? Let's go into shoulder bridge. Stretching the abdominals. Working through the thighs and the glutes. Feet and knees hips apart. Tuck your tailbone under, come up into your bridge. Roll down through the spine. Bone by bone. Tuck your tailbone under and lift. And roll down through. So that's your, if your shoulders are sore, if your wrists are play you up, that's your default to do that one. Otherwise, going back to some of the Joseph Pilates originals. Over here. This is quite nice one, this one. It's Lynn Joyner nice. I quite like this one. It's not too hard. So point the toe, point, flex. He worked with ballet dancers as well as rehabbing people prisoners of war. The legs are straight. It's quite pleasant. What do we think? Yeah, even David. It's all right.
It's all right.
So this one's working the quads. See how your heels feel, Izzy. I never thought that. So you could do that one if your heels are playing up. As long as you don't bang too down on the floor. I don't think you're going to like the next one. You can lift the hips and back down. While she's doing it. And she's smiling. I can see that from here. My eyes are just below legal. They're just above legal limit to see distance. Harder one, stay high point. Oh, flex. Choose your level. I like the sound effects. The next one, the next level I'm going to show you. I'm only going to do one per side, each side. The hardest one on the elbows, lifting, point, flex. Tough on shoulders as well, that one. There you go. And part of the ankle, okay.
I can't do it on my heels.
Cool. Yeah. You make sure you're on the mat as well so it doesn't slip. That make it easier. So you make sure your feet on the mat. Yes. 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 We'll just do shoulder bridge lying on your back. Let's all join Liz. Let's hug our knees, lying on our backs. I feel like I should have a little camera looking into Karen and Keith. See how they're getting on, flying the wall. So if your back is painful or sore, your feet and knees are together, glue them together from side to side. Nice variation on this one is ankle across the knee. From side to side. Knee touches the floor, foot touches the floor. You'll show this now. Not for this one. No, good question. Change to the side. Nice one hip opening as well as rotation. Good. Let's come on to our side. What a variation here. My lower knee is bent for balance. Make sure you can see. If you need to move your mat or move your head the other way around, please do. I'm going to lift, so I'm going to bring that, bend that knee to clam. Lift that leg up towards the ceiling. Lower that leg. Bring that knee in towards my chest. Straighten up that leg. There. We can then bend, open out towards the ceiling. Relax. Knee forward. Relax. Bring that leg back in. Someone said it's like riding a bike, cycling a bike. Open out through. Similar, it's that kind of type of motion. That'd be a big bike, wouldn't it? Knee forward. So of course that could all be done in a side bridge position. Yes. Join me if you want, otherwise stay down if your shoulders are full. We can lift the hips, bend the knee, out, and down. Still keep that hip lifted, forward, and back in. Bend that knee, out. That's it. Knee in, forward. What do you think? Bend that knee, last one, out. That's it, good. Forward. And rest it there. If you need to hug your knees, hug your knees. We'll do side lying open door on this side. So I've got my yoga block. I think this might be called yours. This isn't mine. I don't know whose it is. Is it yours? No. So bring your legs at 90 degrees to your mat. So face me if you want to come around to see what I'm doing. Make sure I'm on the same side. Link that lowest rib with the rib cage. Your legs at 90 degrees to your body. Ideally, they're in line with your mat. Back and shoulder underneath is down as well. Fingertips are touching. So ideally, you'd want something underneath your head, a jumper or coat. Once your hand's there, it does nothing. You rotate the torso back. We'll come back to start position. Your knees are glued together. If I was walking around, I'll be standing behind you, keeping your hips fixed. Looking back at your hands. So once your arm's there, it does nothing, but your body rotates and your arm can then just carry on moving. Your hips pull on the ribs to pull you back. We're doing roughly 5-a-side. Lifting that lowest rib of the rib cage. We can then do our chalk semicircles, our start position with our hands together. Bring your arms around. If your shoulders are sore, you can lift them out of the joint a lot more and go back the way you came. Looking back at your hands as you do that one. Nice. Change that side? Yes, please. If you're walking around in circles, otherwise. To do all that again on the other side, does it help to know it or not? On the home stretch. So first of all, we were lying down, our lower leg was bent. Towel between your head and your arm. So we brought that leg in, we did clam, up towards the ceiling, and down. We brought that knee in forward, there. All working glute max, glute med. Open out through, clam, strengthen piriformis. And then bring it in, forward. I lost the plot then. And bend that knee, third one, clam. Lift that leg up towards the ceiling. Bring that leg down. Bend. And bring that forward. Put your hand on the hip bones, feel those muscles working. Those of us that did it on the side bridge on the other side, let's do it this side. Stay down. If you stay down the other side, pushing out, we can then lift the hips. That knee, clam, up. Bring it forward, there. And the knee, clam. Bring it forward, there. Clam, last one. That's it. Bring that knee forward. Which leg is working harder? The one on the top or the one underneath? Which hip?
The one on top.
Well, for you it is. For us, it's the one underneath.
Yeah.
So then we can then go into well, side lying open door. The legs at 90 degrees to your body, the shins are parallel to your mat. Fingertips together, lift the arm up towards the ceiling. Rotate the body, let the arm carry on. And then bring that back. Hips and your hips don't move, your knees are glued together. The glue, have a look at your knees to check that they're not moving. So your knees, imagine the gliders between your knees are a £50 note. Don't let those knees slide. Short circle. Bring the arms around. And go back the way you came. Stretching through the chest, rotation through the spine. It'd be interesting to do the that one where we're lying on our front, lifting our elbows and wrists to see is it any easier after doing this. We don't see the time's marched its way on. Let's come to our hands and knees. Let's do our downward dog. Pushing down through the heels alternately. See how you feel with this one, Izzy. Walk the feet in towards your hand. Actually, no, launch your knees. Here's another safe way of coming up for your back. No hands. Take a breath in. Breathe it out. I saw someone in the gym on Friday with the coach, and she couldn't get off. She goes to Pilates. She's in the mid-70s. Goes to Pilates class, but she couldn't get off the floor. He had to help her off the floor. She needs to come to this class. Go to the shoulders. Shake out the hands. Shake out the feet. Think about your posture as you're this coming week. Thinking about doing press-ups, talking about doing press-ups, pelvic floor exercises, and any questions, feedback, let me know. Otherwise, see you next week. We're going to go right through to Easter holidays. Okay, what's paid for my skiing now? Before I came out, so. But thank you very much, and see you next week.